as soon as they taste it, they love it. So half the job is done when the product itself is fantastic.
It was the 5th edition of South Africa's most successful brandy festival. The Fine Brandy Fusion opened its doors to the brandy-loving public. You probably don't know this, but brandy happens to be the #1 selling spirit drink among South Africans from all walks of life. Annual sales tipped the 3 billion rand mark, a serious business by any measure. The Brandy Foundation presents the show. What started out as a small exhibition some 5 years ago has blossomed into a first-rate festival worthy of the award-winning South African brandy industry.
We're very pleased with the success of the show and how the show's grown. It started 5 years ago as a much smaller show in the Sandton Sun, and it's grown into the ballroom at the Sandton Convention Centre. And the brands have also increased their presence tremendously over the last few years. And I think what sets this show apart from many others is the fact that we're trying to create more of a lifestyle experience, that people can come here and really, enjoy an evening of entertainment, but also go on a journey of discovery on some of our brandies. So you'll see all of the points that I've been talking to you about in terms of mixability, versatility, and our soft sipping brandies. All of them, they're all showcased here, and they come in different experiences. So it's definitely not an evening of more of the same. Lots of different things happening here.
Brandy is a wine-based product. With a world-beating wine tradition, it follows that South Africa's brandy would follow suit.
Well, just to back that up, I mean, one of the top shows in terms of overall understanding, where the best spirits are is the International Wine and Spirits Competition, which is held every year in London. And they have a worldwide Best Brandy Award, and that's gone to a South African brandy 10 out of the last 13 years. And what's great about it is the fact that it's not one or two brands that have won it over and over again. It's actually quite a broad base of products that have won it over the years. And why is that? I believe it's because we have a very exacting production standards, and that results in a very high quality product. But we also have a very unique climate. You'll know from wine that your climate and your so-called terroir influences the styles of wines that we produce. And in South Africa, I always say with South African brandy, you can taste our sunshine in the glass. So we land up with very rich and aromatic and opulent spirits, but they're very smooth on the palate. And that is why they just stand head and shoulders above anything else.
Festival organizers are keen that South Africans familiarize themselves with some of the best brandies on offer.
2012 Brandy Fusion brings us, as you said, the 5th installment of Brandy Fusion, and our show has doubled in size due to popular demand and great interest in this South African icon that is brandy. We are also experiencing a time where the brands have really come to the party in terms of their stands, their experiences. There's food and brandy pairings, there's an exciting fusion cocktail bar showcasing 6 new brandy cocktails. There's also a mocktail for the designated driver, so we always look at the responsible use of alcohol. And also what we've created this year is much more of a lifestyle entertainment show. The target market for brandy is actually very wide. The brandy drinker reflects the South African population extremely well, with almost 45% of brandy drinkers being female, which for me was very unexpected when I first came into the category. And I would say the festival is targeted to the person who is wanting to experience more, wanting to be surprised by brandy, and willing to go on edge and try something a bit new. It is here, it will astound you. South African brandy is a winner on the world stage.
The lifestyle element of the show was purely to show that brandy, like wine, can be successfully paired with food.
So here at the Collison's Canapé and Cocktail Theatre, what we do is we get a chef up here, and it's a hands-on theatre. So what happens is we get 16 guests, and they get to make 2 different canapés, and our chef teaches them a little bit how to pair that with the Collison's brandy. We do 2 canapés. One is a chocolate brownie with a Ferrero Rocher and a little bit of mascarpone, and that's paired with the neat Collison's brandy. Then we also do another cocktail, which is called the Collison's Crush, and that's paired with a more lively canapé, which is a smoked salmon bellini on some rye bread with a little bit of lemon. So basically it's just a hands-on theatre. People get to experience how to make these canapés, as well as sort of how to pair the brandy with the canapés. And it's been a phenomenal success at this festival. It's been booked out every single show. I think tonight has also been fully booked out. And as the nights go on, it just gets more and more, more and more people get involved and more people want to see it. And it's open air as well, so it's not sort of closed off. The public gets to sort of interact, and it's just open air, and it's just a really fantastic theatre.
The Fine Brandy Fusion is a window into what the country's distillers are cooking up. It's also an opportunity for them to sell to a captive audience.
So what you're trying to do here with the consumers that come through is to educate them a bit about the finer qualities of brandy. In terms of brandy is not something you just mix with a cola drink. It can be enjoyed in a premium manner. It can be enjoyed neat. It can be enjoyed as a cocktail in terms of the versatility of brandy. So it's just to change the perception of people of brandy in terms of it's not just a cheap, it can become very expensive. Like our top variant can come up to 150 Rand with an Odin, 850 Rand. So it's a premium product, and that's what we're trying to showcase to the consumers here today.
While there is no difference between brandy and cognac, the latter is only found in France. The imports were also using the opportunity to sell hard.
Today we're showcasing Biscuit Cognac, which is a cognac from Cognac in France. That's why it's not called a brandy, it's called a cognac. That's cognac that has been around since 1819. And here we've got 3 variants of that cognac, starting from the VS. VS is the youngest of the range. It has blends that are 3 years old in it. And then we have the VSOP, which has blends that are 4 to 6 years of age in it. And then we have the XO, which has blends from 6 to 30 years old in it. So I mean, our cognac is gaining massive success in South Africa because of its quality. It's the longest distilled cognac in cognac. And South Africans are really enjoying that they're getting that bouquet of aromas. They're getting a quality cognac that they can taste the flavors, and they can really share it in breaking down the VS into cocktail form, and also having their VS OP and their XOs neat. So I think it's a good cognac at a good time for South Africa, and I think for Africa as a whole, in fact.
For some, selling is nothing more than an art.
Yeah, it's something that I've come across recently that really took me by surprise was Clipper of Gold 21-year-old. Now, this is how I drink it. So let me explain to you what I do when I want to enjoy the afternoon with my friends. Good cognac glass, a shot of up to 21-year-old brandy. I'd like to call it cognac, but I can't. Not by law, I can't. But I think we all know it should be. So the first thing I do is I turn it on its side, I turn it back up, and if I see that, I'm pretty happy. That's good quality wood. If I don't see that, throw it away, run away, get yourself a new drink. This one, can you see the glue, the legs, the tears, the stickiness? That's quality. That's 21-year-old, not 3-year-old. Then I'm gonna smell it. I've got nothing against 3-year-olds, but I like 21-year-olds a lot more. And then I'm gonna sniff it. This is not wine, you don't open it. It's quite strong, so I pick up fudge, maybe strawberries and cream. Let's take a sip and see what it really says. Now, why is it so soft? 38% alcohol, not 43. It's made for export. Europe is 38% alcohol, so it's already soft. Let's soften this guy a little more. Not Coke, some good ice. Not 25 blocks, it's not a Don Pedro. 3 blocks is good enough. Let's try it again now, with a bit of a snow cap. Much, much softer. That's me done for the evening. I found my drink.
But what did the many people who attended the show make of it?
Well, I flew in from Cape Town for this whole event. I saw it on YouTube last year's event, and I saw it was a good vibe, and I thought it would be worthwhile coming up and checking it out for myself, because I like brandy, especially cognacs. Biscuit is one of my favorites that I do drink quite a lot, so yeah.
Meet more people, it's more of a networking because there's a whole lot of people that are met, CEOs, directors, so I've got a whole lot of leads for my business as well. So it's always good to come this year.
Very loyal to my brand. I love the natural brandy essence that it delivers. It's a phenomenal brand.
After all is said and done, one thing is for sure: South African brandy won the hearts and pockets of its citizens.